Hello. Hello, this is the My Artifact episode number 3430. Today's date is 29th of May 2025. It's been almost like a night at 10:55 p.m. Alright, we directly jump into the question. Okay, what is actually question? Our question is, how do I identify my target audience in India's diverse market? Alright, what exactly is this question? Alright, this question is actually belongs to the business studies. Actually it's because actually this question actually relate with the market research. Okay, yeah. Why I'm kind of like asking this business question to myself is because of that okay, I want to gain some sort of information regarding about business and startup and things like that. I wanted to establish this business and startup in the future, so I wanted to know more about this stuff. All right, yeah. What is exactly your business? Okay, what kind of like a business that you are doing? um it's okay, so things that you are actually hearing is called artifact episode. Okay, yeah. It's a kind of like a something a self-talk audio artifact episode. It's a kind of like a something a journaling. Okay, like basically people who kind of like wrote the diary every single day. This is what exactly is it, but instead of writing I'm changing to the audio recording. Okay, yeah. I am doing this artifact episode since 2015. It's been almost like a decade, and I'm doing this thing every single day. When I record artifact episode, when I record this kind of like a some journaling and things like that, I gain so much amount of values, so much amount of, I don't know, it added so much values inside of me. Okay, yeah. I can think wisely. I improve my confidence. I understand my perspective. I taking my decision very wisely. Lot of thing. It just improves everything. Okay, yeah. And yeah, it works. Okay, it works. Another thing is that it's not happen in just kind of like assembly just couple of days or couple of weeks. No, because I'm doing this practice for almost like a decade, so that's why I'm just kind of like get that particular information and things like that. Okay, yeah. I am belong to the very conservative family. The ambitions and dreams that I have is a kind of like a something that far more beyond my limit. Okay, yeah. And but I really wanted to achieve that dreams and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. I really required a kind of like a some hope and belief inside of me. Artifact is actually giving me that hopes and beliefs. It is like a really wonderful experience. It's a kind of like a something that na ki I won't be able to explain this. I won't be able to explain this. How does it kind of like somebody improve me or stuff like that? I'm gonna say so many words about it, kind of like add this thing and that thing and that thing, but you don't really understand the gravity of it. Okay, I'm kind of like somebody explain this thing with a kind of like some situation or scenarios actually happened with me. I'm trying to explain this thing. Okay, what is exactly what I'm trying to feel you the gravity. Okay, have you ever play video game on PS5? Like most of people are actually like some people actually play that game or like a, like basically what I'm trying to tell you is this thing. When you hold the first time PS5 controller and when you try to play a game, the experience of playing the game or holding that controller and playing the game from that controller, it felt really incredible. Like it was one of the amazing experience. Like literally just think that ki when you play games with your controller, it's kind of like if somebody feel really just okay, yeah. But when you play games with the PS5 controller, it is kind of like a really amazing experience. Okay, yeah. And you won't be able to explain this thing by your words. It is what it is. Okay, yeah. Like if you still not really understand that game. Okay, so uh have you ever remember when the first time you had a kiss? Obviously this incident you might not forget for rest of the period of lifetime. Okay, even if you are a porn star, still your first kiss is kind of like a something that is non-forgettable. Like you can't forget that thing because it is so special. This is the first time you actually experience the feeling of kiss. Okay, yeah. And this can't be, this is like the feeling of experience when you had a kiss. You won't be able to explain this thing in words. This is what it is. Oh yeah. Or else like have you ever draw a Lamborghini? Like I haven't really I haven't really drive the Lamborghini, but still, okay, yeah. What I'm trying to tell you is this thing that ki obviously everyone knows that ki when you drive the Lamborghini, it felt really good. It is power and everything. But when you actually draw the Lamborghini, when you actually driving the Lamborghini, it is like a very amazing experience, and that cannot be able to explain this thing in words. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you is this thing: there is some certain situation or some certain scenarios can't explain in words, and this is what artifact is it. Because as I mentioned, this thing that it gives you this, it gives you that, it added value stuff and stuff, you might not resonate that. Okay, yeah. But when you start recording this thing, it felt really good. Another also, let me tell you the caution. Okay, yeah. The stuff that I mentioned, like a confidence level improve, the like a basically it under everything. Okay, yeah. It will not gonna happen just within a day or couple of days or couple of weeks or couple of months. No, like you just have to be consistent. You just have to do it, and you just have to wait for years. Like basically after 1 or 2 years you will find some sort of improvement inside of you. Okay, take my example. Okay, yeah. I am like a really pathetic person. Okay, I am still really pathetic person. I am 31, living with my parents. I'm not earning any money. Okay, yeah. I am really kind of like a very pathetic person. Okay, yeah, you could judge me, and basically your rights to judge me, and that is true. Okay, yeah, that is true. But still, after all those things, I still believe that ki I would achieve my dreams. I would achieve my things that I wanted to do. Okay, yeah. And basically, at this age, you shouldn't supposed to do any kind of like a rational decision, nothing really at all. But still, I took, and I believe that ki one day I will gonna achieve that thing. That hope is really essential for, like, that hope or belief is really essential for achieving something really much bigger. And that hopes and dreams are actually given by the artifact, given by this self-talk and things like that. Okay, yeah. But dude, it's just like that na ki these hopes and belief are actually you get from your like a when you pray or when you kind of like a something just like a when you pray the god and things like that, it will kind of like a something that it gives you same thing na. Like what's the difference between the kind of like a praying a god and recording artifact episode if I get the same values? Yeah, you are completely right. Okay, yeah. But what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that ki um artifact is a kind of like a self-reflection. Whatever you do, whatever you are, whoever you are, you just have to express. You just have to things that you want. Okay, it's kind of like a something that na ki we are humans. Okay, I don't know like am I like I'm just trying to tell you the scenario. I don't know is it resonate with you or not, but okay, yeah, okay, yeah. We are humans. Okay, yeah, and we are always wanted to be a something like good in our life. Okay, yeah. Like there is no one, like there is no person on this planet who thinks that he wanted to kind of like somebody murder someone, or he wanted to kind of like somebody wanted to be big, wanted to become a beggar or things like that. No, nothing really at all. Every person thinks that he will gonna do something really good in his life. Oh yeah. In reality, then why not people are kind of like a not became something really good? Why not? Is because of lack of believe in themselves, probably. Okay, yeah. Like basically what I'm trying to tell you is this thing na ki I don't know. It's just like that ki in my profession or in my job or in my work offline or whatever it is. Okay, yeah. Belief is something really essential, that whatever the stuff that you want it to be, and it will kind of like artifact is actually give you that belief. Okay, yeah. with practical steps that what should you supposed to do to achieve that dream. Okay, yeah. And like basically it's not the kind of like a somebody third one who's kind of like a giving that instruction. No, it is actually you are actually giving instruction to yourself. What do you mean by that? Okay, yeah. Like basically it's a kind of like a somebody VR person. Okay, yeah. And we met with hundreds of people or thousands of people in our lifetime, but there is only one person who is really really essential in your life. You haven't really met that person, and who is that person? Is you. Okay, literally just like that na, ki artifact is actually kind of like a somebody try to connect with yourself, with your soul or whatever it is. I don't really have any kind of like a somebody a word for that, but it's connect with you. And that is what something really matter, dude, because in the end you wanted to be do something really good in your life, and actually then you actually giving instruction to yourself that what should you supposed to do to kind of like a do something really much better in the life, what kind of like a stuff that you should supposed to do today to make your future as good as possible as you can. So this is what kind of like a something instruction that you will gonna give it by yourself. This is what artifact is it. Okay, yeah. It is like I don't know. It's a something that na ki this thing I I invented this thing very accidentally. Okay, yeah, accidentally. I don't know. Yeah, like basically, I started recording this thing in 11th of February 2015. Okay, yeah. By the way, uh, where do I inspired from this? Okay, yeah, I inspired from movie named Avatar. Okay, yeah. In the Avatar movie, the couple of people are actually went to the another planet. Okay, yeah. The planet atmosphere is a kind of like a something toxic, which is kind of like a something that ki humans are forgetting their mind. Okay, yeah, like forgetting their name and things like that. Like basically, if you went to that planet after 6 months, you will forget your name and things like that. So this is what it is. That atmosphere is something not that good. Okay, yeah. So basically it is basically what does they do is that ki they will actually record everything, like they actually record every day what is actually happened with them, and they record this thing. Okay, they call it as a log file. Okay, yeah, like today's date is this, and today's log is this, and this happened. Okay, yeah. It is really essential for the future that what is actually in the past they did something, so they will gonna remember that. Okay, yeah. I was really like inspired by this process. I wanted to kind of like actually document my life, but like it's a really cool way to document my life. Okay, yeah. I don't know, yeah, but it's just like that ki yeah, I wanted to do this thing. Okay, I decided that ki I wanted to record my artifact at 1st of January 2015. It was my resolution that ki I wanted to record this artifact then 1st of January 2015. But the consequences didn't really match that. Okay, yeah. The consequences, what is the consequences means like that ki I don't know. It I don't know why I didn't really start, but it just I didn't really start. 11th of February 2015 something happened. Okay, in myself, like something I know that would that happen. Like it's not that thing that I forget. No, 11th of February 2015, I broke. I was kind of like doing some sort of engineering diploma, and in this particular diploma, I kind of like a fail in multiple subjects. Another thing is that ki I am getting so much. My father is kind of like saying so many stuff that like saying some sort of like basically he was kind of like a really angry regarding about I failed multiple subjects in my engineering diploma and things like that. I was really broke at that time. Yeah, it's like really really broke. And also another thing is that ki couple of days ago, means like that 9th of February 2015, I went with my friend for trekking, and I took some sort of photos. That photos didn't really good. I didn't like I took some sort of photos, and that photos are turn out to be kind of like a very disaster because it was really blurry and things like that. Everyone is actually mentioned, everyone actually says that thing ki we went to that trip for really amazing experience, and you took kind of like some very horrible photo and things like that. So it was like a really crazy situation at that time. Okay, yeah. I was really broke. I was kind of like something that ki I just wanted to say so many stuff. Okay, yeah. And this is what happened. This is what kind of like on the 11th of February 2015, I set up my mobile phone and started recording Artifact episode. At that time, I don't really have any kind of like something that he I wanted to make this app or things like that. No, I just wanted to express my thoughts and that's it. And I didn't really express that thought that day because of that. I was like a really awkward to talk with myself because it is like this is the first time I'm doing this thing and it was like a really awkward. I can't even speak my any words and things like that, and it's like a really horrible situation. Okay, yeah. So this is what happened that day, and this is what kind of like assembly I started recording Artifact. At the beginning, I was kind of like assembly taking so much gap, means like that it felt really awkward at the beginning, like talking with myself. Yeah, it is like a really awkward. Okay, yeah. But I became comfortable to talk with myself for almost like after a 6 month. Like after a 6 month, I'm a bit really comfortable, and then I will started talking with myself, and it's good. It's great, and I'm kind of like a recording Artifact episode daily. Okay, yeah, regarding about this happened, that happened, that happened. Yeah. Uh so this is what kind of like a Artifact episode happened. Okay, yeah. Now let's just cut to in 2024. Okay, in 2024, what exactly happened? That key what if I thought that key, what if I could make a app that people will gonna record the artifact. Okay, like their artifact. Like basically I'm just thinking that key, I am doing this in practice for since almost like a 9 year. Okay, yeah. So I'm what if I could kind of like simply make a app that people will gonna record their artifact. Okay, they will gonna talk about their life and things and that and that, and it is like I don't know, but I just wanted to kind of like simply share this technique or whatever it is to the people so that people will gonna add so much values and things like that from the artifact. Okay, yeah. So if I wanted to kind of like simply make a app, I need to understand what exactly the stuff and stuff like that regarding about how do I supposed to build the app, what is actually design, what is actually that thing, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. So regarding about building an app, how do I supposed to build the app? Okay, first of all, let's just kind of like a simply design your mind that how does it, like what kind of like a simply service that I'm providing in this particular app. How does it work? Okay, so what is actually happened that key it's just people will gonna, it's a kind of like a simply YouTube. Okay, yeah. Like in the YouTube platform, okay, you actually upload your video, people watch your video on the YouTube platform. Okay, yeah. And and because of this thing, you will kind of earn some sort of money and things like that. But yeah, it's a kind of like something the same platform that I wanted to execute in my artifact. That key people will gonna record the artifact in my app and they will gonna publish their artifact in my platform, and people will gonna listen the artifact. But it's just audio based. Okay, it's not video based. It's only audio based. Okay, yeah. But there is also another catch is that I wanted to kind of like something make their privacy, like I wanted to make them kind of like something that they won't be able to like I wanted to make sure that they shouldn't supposed to be mention their name and things like that. Like privacy should supposed to be take care. Okay, yeah, it is what it is. Okay, yeah. So this is what kind of like something my app. This is my app and things like that. I haven't really made that app. Okay, yeah. I'm just kind of like a thinking and try to figure it out that how do I supposed to do this and that. Okay, yeah. But another thing, or this is if I wanted to build this app, I wanted to understand this business and things like that, because if I wanted to make the app, it is kind of like a something. It's not just an app. It's a kind of like a something. It would add like I have to run this app in the cloud platform, then multiple people will run it. Is a lot of thing. Okay, so it is indirectly become a kind of like a something, something really a kind of like a something business startup and things like that. Oh yeah, I don't really have any information regarding about business. I don't really have any information regarding about the startups and things like that. So how do I supposed to do this thing? Well, that's why I'm kind of like asking this question to myself. Okay, yeah. Okay, I wanted to talk more regarding about this thing, who is exactly my kind of like a target audience and things like that. But kind of like it's only a couple of days ago, I already mentioned this thing. So yeah. Okay, right now I'm really tired. Right now I have so many stuff to do at home because I haven't really done my design. It's really essential for me. So yeah. So right now I just wanted to quit. This is it. This is it. And thank you.